Hey everybody, Adam Lowy here with Move for Hunger. I'm sorry we couldn't all be together in Orlando right now celebrating AMSA's annual conference. Obviously, the situation on the ground has changed everywhere globally, and everybody's kind of in a little bit of a state of uncertainty. I still felt that it was important, though, to reach out and address all of you about the impact that many of you have had on your communities over the last year. Normally, I'm able to do this up on stage in a fancy suit. Today, I'm here in my office in New Jersey. But either way, I think it's important to celebrate the incredible work that we have done and accomplished together in feeding people in communities. To date, almost 950 AMSA members are working with us to move for hunger in their communities. Last year alone, they delivered over 2 million meals to individuals in need. That's a 15% increase over what they had done the year prior. Just from that perspective alone, you guys are doing incredible work. Collectively, over the past 10 years, AMSA members have now provided over 11 million meals, which is a number we are incredibly proud of. We really appreciate the support that we have from this association and from each and every one of you. Without you, our moving partners, Move for Hunger doesn't even exist. So I first wanted to say thank you. You guys are the reason that Move for Hunger continues to do the work that it does. As we move into 2020, we're constantly thinking of new ways that we'll be able to engage. One is going to be with our truck pulls. Many of you actually participated in truck pulls last year or organized them yourself. This year we have about 10 to 12 truck pulls already planned. Big shout out to Ace Relocations in DeWitt, who just organized our first one in San Diego to kick off the year. We have many more happening in communities across the country. So if you're interested in organizing or volunteering at a truck pull, please feel free to reach out to our team. We would love to get you involved. Additionally, I wanted to kind of just give a shout out to some of our partners that have really been supporting our work over the past year. We do have a growing list of supporters that support us both financially and with the resources that they have within their companies. Their employees are also incredibly involved. So I'm going to go down just a short list of some of our top partners this year. Serba, Altair Global Relocations, North American Van Lines, Cars Arrive, Court, MSS, Relotrans, National Van Lines, Weichert, Grable Relocations, MSI Relocations, Bristol Global Relocations, Assurant, and Castle Systems. I just wanted to recognize them because without their support as well, we also couldn't do what we do. Unfortunately, hunger is continuing to be on the rise, and I think the situation with this whole coronavirus thing is going to make things worse. There are 40 million Americans that struggle with food insecurity. 40% of the food that's produced in this country ends up in landfills. In fact, each one of us, on average, the average American wastes over 240 pounds of food per year. Think about that. 240 pounds of food you will waste over the course of this year. So I really urge you to think about how much food you're buying at a time, how you're preparing and saving food, so that we can all be a little bit more food waste conscious in our own homes. But as I mentioned, with the virus coming through it and growing, and we don't really know where things are going right now, but things that are happening are our schools are closing. So children that were relying on food, maybe one of their meals each day was in school, that's now going to be off the table. Food banks are going to need more support than they ever have before. And we're going to be working to make sure that our network is in a place to act, to make sure that we're able to make a difference. So I ask and urge all of you to continue to reach out to Move for Hunger. If there's ways that you can get involved, we'll be reaching out to you as well with some actionable steps that you can take to help serve the community. And before I kind of close today, really what I wanted to do was recognize our Mover of the Year. Our Mover of the Year award is something that is one of my favorite awards to be able to present. Again, I wish I could be there with our award winner this year, with all of you celebrating. But instead, we did take some time to visit the winner in their hometown in Michigan. And we've put together this short video, so I hope you can enjoy our 2019 Mover of the Year.
It could be your next door neighbor. It could be somebody who's you might assume someone maybe who's homeless or they're down on their luck, that kind of thing, and that's true from time to time. But it's also somebody who maybe lost a job and they've got to get make ends meet for a couple of months. It could be a child who's getting fed potentially at school for maybe breakfast and lunch, but they go home and they don't quite have what they need to make ends meet there. Yeah, the food bank has been around for quite a while. In the Detroit area, we serve 5 different counties around Metro Detroit, and we started back in the 70s. So we've expanded our scope. Obviously, just the food banking side of it was where it started, but from there we've expanded and done a lot of different programs that provide support for different areas of our community, a lot of educational opportunities, really focusing on kids in particular, and trying to really end food insecurity.
We've always thought that there's a give back that should happen, so to me it was a very logical step. What we do is we do a lot of charity work behind the scenes. Churches and organizations will call us when there's a need, and we step in and fill that. If we have the ability to, I think that we absolutely have the responsibility to give back.
My initial thoughts are it's great, what a unique idea to try to leverage the food that might be available from people that are moving, have left over to take to people that are more needy, or in our case we've got lots of groups in the area that are helping with that process, so we've been very happy to be involved in that. Move for Hunger is getting its name out more and more now, so we're getting some very large companies that are interested in getting involved. I think you've seen in the truck pulls some of the great sponsors and people that have gotten involved here in the area that are always looking for ways to help out the needy.
I spent 2 Saturdays in August in a pack van picking up pallets of food from area Kroger stores and then driving them down to Gleaners in downtown Detroit and seeing the people that we're able to impact and how grateful they are for the food, and thinking that, there's some kids that maybe their only meal is at school. When summer comes around and they don't have that school lunch, then what are they eating, right? And so for me, that just breaks my heart. And I can't live in a world where that happens and I don't do anything about it. I've had an opportunity to bring in some other key partners, whether it be Kroger, which is one of the largest supermarket chains in the US, whether it's been to elevate things like the Detroit truck pull, which has then kind of planted seeds with other regional relocation councils, serving on the Corporate Action Network Committee with a lot of other corporate partners. Things like that, I think, to just help Move for Hunger move outside of just being a mover-centric charity and look at the general global mobility and relocation. And my contributions to Move for Hunger are probably my proudest accomplishments professionally. And it wasn't hitting the sales goal, and it wasn't doing anything within my organization. It was doing stuff in my community that was empowered by my organization. And I'm just extremely proud to be a part of Move for Hunger.
Hey, I'm here with University Moving and Storage, and we're about to present our 2019 Mover of the Year.